Hi everyone. So today I thought I'd start off by talking about what happened today in history. Something about Medicare. Moving on. So, how'd you like the intro? It's just a temporary thing though, I'm not really important enough to have an intro. Nothing like a little self-deprecation to get a vlog started. When you down-talk yourself at the beginning of a video, you get like 50 humility points. But I digress. Actually, I wasn't talking about anything, it's just a segue. A segue into nothing. Yeah, I couldn't really think of anything to do today. I was thinking about doing a review for the Oculus Rift, but I decided I'm going to wait until I can come up with enough material to really do a good job. I'm at work 8 hours a day currently, and I spend most of that time sleeping. While wearing my Oculus Rift, of course, but that's not the point. What was the point again? Oh yeah, nothing. So I've kind of got nothing to talk about again. I've put together a small list of possible topics. Topic number A. Talk about movies that are coming out soon. B. Talk about video games that have more depth than meets the eye. C. Give a tutorial on something really technical and programming related, probably. D. Review YouTubers, both the famous and the non-famous. I have spinned the tiny wheel of decision in my head and landed on talk about video games that have more depth than meets the eye. So first on the list, Spec Ops: The Line. This game just looks like your run-of-the-mill Call of Duty knockoff with gore and mindless killing. But this game is completely about mindless killing. But it takes great effort to point that out, actually. First, let me give you some basic context for the game. You play as one of 3 American soldiers who are on a mission to evacuate the survivors of a devastating sandstorm in Dubai, which is now a wasteland of crumbling skyscrapers and sand. When you first start the game, after the whole helicopter sequence where they kind of give you a taste of what you assume to be the epic part of the game, the graphics and the cutscenes and things kind of lead you to believe this is just another Call of Duty game just in the desert. But then you start to play and you kind of notice something. The gameplay just really isn't that fun. The controls are clunky, it's in third person, but you know, you keep playing, you give it a chance to be fun. The story progresses telling you stuff like the American 33rd Battalion was stationed in Dubai previously and then mysteriously disappeared, and how the CIA may have possibly been involved in an insurrection among the members of the 33rd. So you keep on going, interested somewhat by the story, which is basically all that's keeping you going at this point. And then it happens. Then you find some other American soldiers, and mistaking you for CIA, they start firing at you. So I played this game twice, and the first time I got to this point and they started shooting at me, I just did what any, good conditioned gamer would do. I shot back. The second time I decided that I wasn't going to fire at them until I knew that there wasn't any way that I could resolve the situation peacefully without having to kill American soldiers. And you might think that's asking a lot of a game, but with this game, trust me, they give you a lot of choice later on. It wasn't too much to ask. And they knew it wasn't too much to ask, but at this point there was nothing else that I could do. The only way to move on in the game was to fire back and kill American soldiers. So, playing the game, I killed American soldiers. The story gets a bit more complicated at that point. I don't want to go into too many details. It's really spoiler heavy. If you want a really incredible perspective on this game, click here to go watch the extra credits video on it. Their first video has no spoilers at all. Their second video is spoiler packed. So, prepare yourself. It's a really, really good review and perspective. In this video, I didn't really want to review the whole thing because Extra Credits has already done an incredible job. They said everything that I could possibly hope to say. So I encourage you to check them out and check out their other videos too, because they've got a lot of really cool things to talk about. And that's all I've got on Spec Ops. I hope that you won't write it off because it involves killing other American soldiers. It really doesn't do that for fun. It addresses a lot of issues to do with war in video games. Addresses controversial things like white phosphorus, which was a big deal in the Iraq War. So, anyway, on my next vlog I'm going to talk about... I wasn't getting excited at what I was going to talk about. I was just getting excited because I was watching this.